Hello and welcome to Uncaged, official podcast of BA Tiger Sports. I am your host, Greg Spencer, alongside Amanda Snider this week, and we are here to talk both Tigettes and cheer. Amanda, why don't you introduce our special guest?
Hey, thank you so much for having us on today, Greg. We are so excited to be here. Here with us today is head coach Megan Warren. She is the director of the Tigette dance team, our amazing program that we have here. And alongside is senior Dani Davis, who's a phenomenal dancer and person. So we're just so glad that they're here. And thank you for letting us share a little bit about what we have coming up this season.
How you guys doing?
We are great. Thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you.
So you guys have had an awesome season so far. Let's start off before we kind of preview what you have coming up. Coach Warren, tell us a little bit about what you guys have done so far this season.
This has definitely been an amazing year. We started off super strong at camp and left with the Technical Excellence Award. First time we've ever won it, and one of their top awards that you can be given at camp. And then we started our regionals off in November. We were the grand champion, also a first for our program. So we had the highest scoring routine of all the performances that day. We even won $1,000 towards our nationals trip for that award.
And that's through Dance Team Union, right?
Yes.
That's amazing. Congrats.
We host their competition every year. It's we're on our eighth year hosting for them.
Wow.
And then we went off to state, and we got a state championship, a second place with our pom, and a third place in game day.
The state was for kick, right?
State championship in kick, yes.
So talk a little bit about some of the differences in the categories of your competitions that you guys enter in.
So we compete usually in game day, pom, and kick. Game day is your school spirit, your band music, incorporating our signs, our flags, and just lots of different, more showy type performances. And then we also do kick, which has been a tradition of Tigettes since 1975. And that is, we have 2 state titles now in kick. Just lots of kicking and
Precision.
Yes, a lot of flexibility. We have a lot of skills in our kick routines. Always come up with a fun theme and try to incorporate costumes and music. And then pom is, we started back in 2014 when I took over as head coach. And we got second runner up this year. Pom it's intense. It's a lot of stamina, a lot of technique, a lot of flexibility, a lot of skills that these girls work very, very hard on. We take technique class, acro. We work out with the strength and conditioning coaches to prepare for our pom routines. They're very intense dances.
So tell us a little bit about what you're doing now to prepare for nationals, since you all leave next week, or in a couple weeks.
We do. We've got just a few weeks left. Now we're just fine-tuning our routines. We are still doing our weekly classes, technique class, working out. We're going to acro, just really trying to fine-tune all of our skills, making sure that every moment is precise in our routines, working on just our showcasing of our facials and that performance aspect of each routine, and just team building and having fun and just getting the girls pumped up to go to nationals and compete.
Dani, are you looking forward to nationals?
I am so excited for nationals. Yes, every part about nationals is like the best part of the season. So,
what's your favorite part?
if I had to choose my favorite part, it would probably be just competing one last time with everybody, because everyone is all just best friends. So being able to compete with your very favorite people is like the coolest experience ever. So,
all right, how do you feel about your routine so far? Are you all feeling prepared and ready to go?
I feel like this year we're more prepared than ever. Even before state, we were already like prepared and pumped up for it. So I'm really excited to show what we have for nationals.
What is your kick theme?
This year we went with a Sailor Navy theme. So we've got cute little blue outfits with anchors on them, and we have hats, which even adds a little bit to the dynamic of the routine, because they're doing their aerials, they're upside down, and doing. We do a double partner cartwheel, which has kind of been our showcase skill this season with our hats, and the girls look absolutely adorable in their outfits.
How many teams are in your division for kick and for pom? Do you all know yet?
They're actually releasing those today. Palm is quite large. They've had to divide it up into small, medium, and large because there are so many teams. On average, we usually compete in between 20 to 30 teams.
Wow. That's a big deal to make it to finals.
Yes.
So, Dani, in addition to everything you do with the team, you're also a very decorated solo dancer. Talk to us a little bit about some of the things that you do in those competitions.
Oh, goodness. Well, this year we did state qualifier, and we went up against 87, I think, senior soloists, and then they took the top 8 to go into state. And so this year I qualified for state, which was really exciting. And then we also did all state, which was really a cool experience. And my favorite part was just learning all state with like my team members, because we made a fun weekend out of it with our coaches and stuff. And so we did that. And then we went to state, and then I placed 3rd, which was really exciting because that was my biggest goal, was to get top 3. And then
Congratulations.
right now we find out about national soloist qualifiers this Saturday. So we'll find out how many people make it. But right now there's 111 soloists trying. So
Wow.
we'll see, but it's exciting.
So how do they determine, do you guys have to send in video of a performance?
They do. There's actually so many soloist routines now that they do. You have to submit videos of your routines. Dani's actually submitted 2 absolutely beautiful routines to qualify with. She's qualified every year. She's also our all-state representative this year. Made the all-state dance team.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, so this Saturday we hope to be celebrating sending her, and we also have a junior that is trying to qualify as well, Miss Tatum. So we hope to be celebrating them competing at nationals for a finalist position.
So how long have you been dancing, and kind of do you want to, go on to keep dancing in college? Do you have a career path with it in mind?
Oh, well, I have been dancing since I was 3, and it's been my favorite thing ever since. And then I joined Tigettes my freshman year and fell in love with the program and the coaches and every kid on the team that's ever been on the team. I fell in love with everything about it. And this year I scholarshiped and have been accepted to Theater Arts Preparatory School in Las Vegas, Nevada. And
Wow.
so that's where I will be continuing my dancing career in hopes to dance on a cruise ship or any fun dancing job.
Oh my gosh. You're going to do amazing.
I will say one thing about Dani. I don't think, this is my 9th year here, and I don't think I've ever seen anybody look like they have more fun on Friday nights on the sidelines than Dani.
Agreed. Always.
She was always in a great mood, and if you put the camera in her face, she is going to give you a good reaction.
Oh.
Well, seeing her firsthand, you're an incredible performer. But what I love about you is that you're so positive, and it's all about friendship. And ultimately, that's what it's about. Being on a team is about building those relationships and growing together, not only as athletes, but through the dance world. And there's a lot to be asked of dancers to be strong and fit and to be able to have acrobatic background and turns and skills. And so I know how versatile you have to be. So we're super proud of the Tigette program and wanting you all to have the best performances you can at nationals. Is it exciting when you arrive? What do you feel like the moment you arrive in Orlando?
Oh gosh, I think my experience versus the girls' experience is a lot different.
Yours is a little more stressful. Theirs is more magical.
Yeah, theirs is it's a lot of fun, a lot of pictures, and
Do you usually get to do the fun stuff before or after? It's usually after, right?
after we're done and the awards are over, then I can
Yeah.
You can breathe.
I can breathe, and I really enjoy the park day and stuff with the girls. But yeah, it's a lot. We take 3 routines, and so from the moment we get there until that last award is called, we are on a very tight schedule. I give them a 4-page packet that they have to follow. And we're down to the minute as to where we are, where we have to be, changing clothes, being prepared for that next either practice, warm-up, performance, check-in, whatever it may be. It's a lot, but I love it. The girls are great. They're the most positive group I could ever ask for. And they roll with the punches. They no matter what gets thrown at them, if we have to make changes or adjust to routine, they are ready to go and practicing hard and making adjustments to get the best placement possible.
What's the one thing that Broken Arrow brings to the table that maybe other teams don't?
I think, especially with this team, the girls have always done such a great job of performing to their theme, whatever it is that we're doing. This year we did Lights Out for our Palm routine, and so we do a costume, we do poms, our music, our choreography, everything is wrapped around this theme. And the girls do such a great job of showcasing that, incorporating their facials and the moments in the routine. I think they really bring the whole package. We try to really make a very special performance for each routine that we do. So we have our sailor for kick, and then our showdown, we're actually doing Vegas this year. So it's a Welcome to Broken Arrow Vegas themed routine. So we've got the skirts, the feathers, fans, all the things to go with it.
That sounds fun.
Dani, what's it like for you doing both? So, you know, what's your mental preparation between the two different competitions, both as a soloist and with a team?
Oh, well, with the team, it's just exciting. And the adrenaline is incredible, especially just because I feel like, especially this year, we all are so positive and like hyping each other up all the time. And so there's never a moment where we're nervous because we're all excited to be there together. And for solos, it's also exciting. I get a little bit more nervous with solos and stuff like that. But with the team, it's just like the preparation for it is so exciting and cool when we all come together. It's an experience that I think is really incredible, especially because we get so much more close with our coaches this year and stuff because we've just been able to all work together for the same goals. And that's been really cool.
Mental preparation is huge, you know, for any sport. So what do you guys do that helps alleviate some of the stress that you feel the moment you're about to perform? Do you all just group together and chant, or do you give each other positive affirmations? What are some things that you do prior to performances?
You know, we try to start just even in practice. Like we did a little activity right before state to try to kind of really build that positivity. The girls all had a bunch of sticky notes, and they were watching each individual teammate. We were performing in small groups, and they were writing, you know, positive things. Hey, you did great with this. Try to work on this. So every kid left with, you know, 14 sticky notes of just things that they're doing really well to just really build them up. So we try to start at practice so that way when we get to the day of, it's, you know, just focusing on our goal. The girls do a fantastic job of pumping each other up. They remove all distractions. We do no phones, things like that. It's focus on your team, focus on the goal at hand. And these girls they're amazing at just really building each other up. Before state, oh my gosh, the energy levels it was crazy. It was entertaining to watch. It's fun just to see a group of kids just so happy and elated and excited to go and showcase something they've worked so hard for. I don't think I saw stress or anything like that. You could tell they felt very confident and prepared, and I always try to give them a little pep talk. But this year, I mean, they kind of do it for me. It's been a really great season.
Incredible. Well, and I think that's your hope, is to take those routines and to culminate at the right moment, because you get, you know, semifinals and finals and that's it. And you don't get to perform it again. And that's the hard part about pom and cheer, is that you get one chance. And so sometimes there is a little bit of added pressure, but it seems like the harder you practice and the more you put into those practice times, then you're more prepared. And then you go out there and you can actually have fun, because it's the last time you're going to have a chance to show your routines.
Definitely. I think the girls we've really tried to focus this year on our mindset and using our nerves to fuel our performances and to give better performances and not letting it be a hindrance. And I think they've done a great job tackling that task this year.
All right, before we get to some rapid fire fun, get to know you questions here at the end, for those that are watching or listening, tell us a little bit about, if you've got a younger kid that wants to be potentially a part of the Tigettes program, when are tryouts and that kind of stuff coming up?
Well, we are actually already preparing for tryouts for next year. So tryouts will be coming up in April. We will be offering lots of classes starting the end of February, moving into April, to help any potential students that would like to join our program. They can visit our website, batigettes.com, or any of our social media and see flyers for class dates, how to get more information. We'll definitely have a parent meeting to kind of answer any questions and introduce our program to anyone that's interested.
And you start kids at a pretty young age, right? In terms of being in the program.
We do. We have a youth program that starts first grade all the way up through seventh grade. We do have teams that compete fifth grade and up through varsity. And then our high school program is 8th grade. We are adding a freshman team next year. We are so excited to be able to add to our program. So lots of opportunities to get involved in dance and see what it's like to be a Tigette.
All right. I'm just going to wing these fun questions. I didn't actually write them down this time, but Dani, we'll start with you. You can only have one. Got to get rid of two. TikTok, YouTube, Netflix. Keep one.
Netflix. I'd keep Netflix.
Coach Warren, same question for you.
Definitely Netflix. I don't even have TikTok.
Let's see. Favorite movie of all time? Dani.
My favorite movie of all time is High School Musical. Oh my gosh, it's so fun and puts me in a really good mood to watch.
I do love that movie.
Actually, it just popped up on Facebook yesterday, so I watched it last night. It's McClintock with John Wayne.
Interesting.
One of my favorite
John
movies.
Wayne. Love it.
Expecting that answer.
I know. Unique.
What's the one thing that maybe if other than dance, what is your next favorite thing in the world?
I don't know. I feel like all my life I've just danced and stuff,
Do
but
you like to choreograph routines?
I do. I like to do all of that. I also like to sing, but I'm not really good at it. But I think it's fun to sing and dance at the same time. So
Well, let's try this one. Best vacation ever
that I've taken.
that you've been on, yeah.
Definitely when I went to Las Vegas, just because I love to explore there and see all of the exciting things that they have. So.
Meg?
Oh man, favorite vacation. I just got back from snowboarding 4 days in with my kids, and it was pretty fun. We had a really good time.
Where'd you go again?
We went to Taos, New Mexico.
Oh, Taos.
Yeah, and my kids turns out are a lot better snowboarders than I am. I got left behind quite a bit.
It's hard.
All right, let's see. Last one. If you could go see one artist in concert, who would it be? That you haven't seen before.
I would go see Adele. She's my favorite person, like singer ever. So
Okay.
yes.
Cool.
I want to go see like all the like lady diva, like Britney Spears, Janet Jackson, Madonna, like all
Madonna's
the
coming to BOK. Did you see that?
Madonna is?
all
Yeah,
together, one
she-
big show, all the great female artists.
I don't think that's going to happen, but that would be.
That'd be
Madonna announced a new tour, and BOK is one of
Wow.
the stops. So
I
that's
saw
a pretty
that.
big deal.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to wrap it up on that note. We'd like to thank you guys for joining us here. Be sure and follow all the Tigettes social media accounts, BA Tiger Sports as well, and kind of keep up to date with what they're doing on the road to nationals. We're going to take a quick commercial break and come back talking Broken Arrow Varsity Cheer, and we'll be right back on Uncaged.
Right now, get $200 from TTCU Federal Credit Union when you open a new checking account with direct deposit. What would you buy with $200?
Cars, race cars, my own apartment, 100 coloring books, and a puppy.
Or maybe some groceries and a tank of gas. $200 for whatever works for you from TTCU, because life is better in balance.
Recently, you've had to put your life on hold, and we're with you in this. At Ascension St. John, we're now open for appointments, and we are fully prepared for your safety and our care. As we open our doors again, our doctors, nurses, and care teams will continue to wear personal protective equipment. We've taken even more steps to clean and stringently disinfect all areas. We will maintain distancing in our waiting rooms, and will continue to limit visitors. And we will still screen all staff to protect their health and yours. Our emergency rooms are here 24/7. Please do not delay care. We're still delivering babies and performing surgeries. And we're open for your appointments, from specialists and surgical care to routine care and health screenings. Ask us about virtual visits. Ascension St. John continues to care for you, as we have been for almost a century. Thank you for trusting us.
For families who like to build their wealth while staying liquid, we have flexible rate CDs to keep your funds working hard, even when you're not. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. The right balance.
Welcome back to Uncaged. We are now here to talk all things Broken Arrow varsity cheer. And Amanda, why don't you introduce our guest for us?
Thank you so much for having us today. I'd love to introduce our head cheer coach, Kyrstin Blood, aka Coach Blood. And here with us is senior Bradlee Warwick. And we're just so excited to have you all here. Thank you so much.
So you guys are about to go to nationals. Does it seem real? Like it's really here again? This will be what, your third or fourth time?
This will be my fourth time.
Fourth time. So you guys have had a great season. So let's start by for those that don't know, recap for us kind of what you guys have done so far this season, and then let's get to talking about nationals.
So we had regionals and state in September. At regionals, we ended up runner-up, and it was kind of devastating. And then we went to state, and we won, which was wonderful. We worked so hard for that. Since I've been coaching, since Bradlee's been on the team, we've been so close so many times, and we finally were able to pull it out, so that was amazing. And then we had game day state in November, and we came in runner-up for that. And then we jumped right into nationals. We had to send in a video to qualify for nationals by like December 10th or something, and now we're full steam ahead preparing for nationals.
So what all are you guys going to compete in nationals this year, both game day and?
We will compete game day and performance. 2 years ago, we won game day, so we're hoping that we can go get that title back and then maybe even take the title in performance as well.
I just want to back up and talk a little bit about your competitive cheer performance this year when we competed at state. And, you know, as you mentioned, regionals, we were all devastated because it was an incredible performance. Yeah. It was so close. And it just goes to show you the level of competition, even locally. But then when you go to nationals, everybody is the best of the best. And so when I went and watched you all perform competitive, it was a reminder of that. Cheerleading is so difficult. It's extremely athletic, first of all. Secondly, you have to yell the entire time while you're tumbling, while you're, stunting and performing. And just talk, Bradlee, a little bit about preparing just the team, the mentality of going into those competitions. What is it that brings you all together for that one moment?
It's definitely something that no one can really describe, and it's something that's totally different from school cheer and all-star cheer, because we have a bunch of all-star cheerleaders come in.
Right.
And when we explain what state season is like, you can explain it as much as you can, but it's really not the same until you do it. Like yelling those 2 minutes and stunting and tumbling and jumping and just giving everything and trying to make it look happy and fun the whole time too. It's probably one of the hardest things I've done, and it takes a lot of training to get your body used to it. And it just takes a lot of repetition and getting yourself in shape. But it's definitely one of the most rewarding things, even though year after year, we didn't always get the outcome we wanted, but it was probably the most rewarding thing this year, especially my senior year, to just win state. So
it's a huge, huge accolade.
What was the mentality of the team like after regionals? Because correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't you guys even feel like you performed just as well at regionals as you did in the state competition? Like, how did you get everybody to regroup and really come out?
Whenever we performed at regionals, we went out there and did everything we could. I thought it was a perfect routine, and then we just came up short. And so we got a little bit of feedback from the judges and took that feedback, and then we just tried to clean it up even more than what it was and add in a couple extra things. At the beginning of the week, we started to add difficulty, and we decided that we were confident in the routine we put out there. So we just pulled back on it and did what we did the week before with a little more pizzazz, I guess. And so it was really rewarding to go out there after, even when we were sitting in the stands and they had called second place, I was like, we didn't win. Everyone calm down, take a deep breath. Because I was so sure that we were going to win at regionals, and then when we didn't, when we got to state, I was like, it's not us. Everyone take a deep breath. So it was a great feeling whenever they called our name.
I actually remember turning around when they had called second place, and I kind of looked at her, and I was like, did we just win? And she just sat there and shook her head and told everybody, there could be somebody else. And she was like,
you just never know. It's so subjective, and it's such a difficult competition. And, game day, I feel like game day is Broken Arrow. That's what we do. And when we're at the games, it's literally what you do on the sidelines. And so I always love every year because it's a challenge. I feel like for you all, you already have this incredible routine this year. Well, how are you going to outdo yourself next year? And so what do you do, Coach Blood? Because I know you are instrumental in the choreography for that. how do you come up with new innovative ways to challenge yourself?
You know, every year I kind of think the same thing. How am I going to outdo last year? Because I really enjoy it every single year. And then the kids they've grown to know exactly what I want from them. Like, for instance, yesterday we started a clean fight song. And as soon as they did it, I was like, well, that was great. I don't have much to clean. Just because they've learned like my style. They understand what I expect from them. And I've had so many of them for so many years. And our junior high program and our JV program is just feeding right into varsity. So they make my job easy. But coming up with the choreography, I just watch as many teams as I can, find different things that I like, and then sometimes I just get a spark and
go with
there
it.
It goes.
How much do the routines change from the state competitions heading into nationals?
Our state competition and nationals, we are actually one of the only states that it just doesn't really correlate at all. We're in the co-ed division for state and nationals, but once you get to nationals, it's much more co-ed based. So our boys have to be much stronger,
more versatile,
stunting wise when they get to nationals than what they do for state. At state, they can pretty much just a couple co-ed stunts, but other than that, they're doing group stunts and not really having to do those co-ed style stunts with just the one boy. So when we get to nationals, that's all they can do. If they're involved in an all-girl stunt, it brings the difficulty down. So our state routine does not translate at all into our nationals routine. So we are getting 3 completely different routines throughout the year that we have to perfect from September to February.
Well, and you guys have been known to often bring some new boys onto the squad after football season. Have you added anybody here this year?
We actually did. DQ Matthews joined our team this year, and we're always looking for more boys. So
that's right.
Yeah.
Put together the recruiting pitch
right.
for him. Bradlee, what is your favorite thing about going to nationals?
It's just a great time to make so many memories with everybody, and it's kind of bittersweet because it's the end of the season, and I always feel like I get super close with everybody on the team at that point because you're with each other for a week straight, and you're just doing all these crazy things. You're with each other 24/7, and so it's very bittersweet because you're getting super close with all these people on your team that you've been with all year, and then that's the last thing we do. So it's very memorable, and it is fun because we get to go compete. And then after, we get to go to the parks. Yeah. So you work, and then you get to play and have
You're
fun.
rewarded.
Well, I definitely say that there's very few sports and activities that get to end their season in a better way than you guys do.
It's a magical place.
It's pretty cool what you guys get to be a part of. And if you've never been to nationals before, it is overwhelming. We were talking like it's just insane. Like if it's hard to explain to somebody that just really has no concept, like, yeah, there's a lot of cheerleaders there.
Thousands upon thousands of
cheerleaders. I
cheerleaders.
think last year I had never really paid attention to it, but I looked at the NCA performance order and it was like 2 pages long. And then the UCA performance order was like 30 pages long. Wow. So that's how many teams there are.
And you have to make it through prelims, semis, then finals.
Right. So on Saturday this year, hopefully we'll be competing 3 times. And that is just the longest day of your entire life because you are up at 6 a.m. and you are competing until 10 p.m., waiting on awards. It's just an emotional roller coaster. It's
a group effort. And I know sometimes it's challenging because you get one shot, to go out there and perform it. And sometimes little bobbles happen. But again, how do you overcome those challenges and regroup if anything does go wrong?
I think we kind of got to experience that last year. Like I said, the year before we won game day, last year we went and we had 3 really big mistakes in game day, so we didn't even make it to finals, and we had to take ourselves and just kind of let that go completely because we still had 2 more performances for our performance division to do. So you just kind of have to rally and mentally just let it go and move on because you can't dwell on it in that situation because you have a job to do and your job's not over, even though one of those divisions didn't end the way you wanted it to.
So, Bradlee, you were a freshman in 2020, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So we were talking before you got here just about that experience and how this will actually be the first time in 3 years that you guys are going to get to travel with more no mask mandates and things like that. What do you remember about the 2020 year and you guys going to nationals? If you remember, there were a lot of people getting sick at the before and after leading up to it, which that happens this time of year anyway. But
right when we went, I think my freshman year, things like COVID was just it was across the country.
You heard about it,
but it was it wasn't really many people's mindset. So we were still going and doing things normal. Social distancing wasn't a thing. We were flying regularly. So I think this year is going to be more my freshman
Freshman year.
which will be kind of weird because that was so long ago, it feels like. But even last year, we had to wear masks on the planes,
Right.
and now we're not anymore. So it'll be a different change, but I think we'll enjoy it, and it'll be able to, like, at the parks and everything, we'll be able to do more. So,
Are you a little bit sad going out as a senior? Are you excited? What's your feelings?
I've been more excited about just moving on this or I guess ending my last
Right.
semester. I kind of got a little sentimental with my mom lately, but I think cheer-wise, like, I've been able to experience so much just from when I started cheer in first grade
Right.
that it's just built me a lot as a person. So I feel like I'm prepared to go into college and just kind of be on my own because I've had so many life lessons just through cheer,
Sure.
just itself. Like, I've been so independent on it.
I think that's a fantastic way of putting it. Cheer teaches you time management, teaches you about relationships. It teaches you to persevere through adversity. So, I mean, there's so many amazing things you can receive by being a part of this program.
It's almost like a full-time job.
It really is.
Yeah, I mean, for people that really don't, and the sport's grown so much, but I mean, you guys have multiple aspects to your season. You practice as much or more than anybody. You've got,
Year round.
plus you've got to go support the other teams. I mean, it's the dedication and time that you guys put in is tremendous for sure. Before we finish up with some kind of rapid fire fun questions and end this podcast, let's tell us a little bit about what you guys have coming up after nationals, tryouts for the following year, and talk a little bit about your program, how you get kids involved.
So this year we're actually doing stunt, which we haven't done in a couple years. The last time we started a stunt season was COVID year, the year that COVID kicked off. And then the following year, nationals was pushed back and we weren't able to. We weren't able to last year because of injuries and stuff like that. So this is the first year we've done stunt in a while. So we will be doing stunt all the way until April 13th and 14th is the state championship for that.
Where will that be?
I believe it's in Shawnee. I don't think it's changed. And then sometime in there, probably toward the end of April, we will do tryouts. This year will be crazy because it's just back to back to back. And then right after we have tryouts, we'll start practice for the new season. So it is year round.
It is.
What are you going to miss most about being a part of this program?
Probably, I mean, I wouldn't say this every day, but I will miss it. It's just having something to do every day and just seeing people every day, because sometimes having practice every single day, or even when we're on breaks or we have days off of school, but we still have practice, it's like, oh man, I wish I could have the day off. But when when I have a day off every day, I feel like I'm really going to miss it because it gives me things to do, and you really create bonds with everybody on the team, and just all the laughs, the countless laughs that are at practice. Even with the coaches, we get them in on it all the time. So that's definitely what I'll miss the most, just the memories with everybody and being around that same group every day.
And what are your plans for next year?
I will be attending the University of Oklahoma.
Nice. Good decision.
Very good decision.
Are you still wanting to continue cheer, or just
I
ready to be a student?
Cheering. My career is ending this year.
Well, all right. Well, let's wrap it up with a few fun questions. So, Bradlee, we'll start with you. And I asked the Tigettes before. You can only keep one: YouTube, Netflix, or TikTok.
I'm going to say TikTok, because TikTok, people post YouTube videos and Netflix shows. So you can.
There you go.
That's true.
Same question for you.
I think I'm
guessing we'll get a different
I'm
answer.
keep Netflix. Yes.
Yeah, I can't just have my only entertainment looking at my phone.
Right.
Best non-Disney vacation you've ever been on?
Oh, this Christmas we went to Hawaii, or Maui specifically. It was so beautiful. One of my favorite places now.
Nice. Same for you.
My honeymoon in Jamaica. I'm going back in December, and I'm super excited.
So fun.
Anniversary or just another trip?
We were going to go this year, and then I never got my passport because it was our 5-year anniversary, and I turned 30. So we were going to go, and then I didn't get my passport. So we're going to go next year.
Let's see. What was if you could see one artist in concert, who would it be? Or artist Zach Bryan. Mm-hmm. Have you seen him before?
No, I haven't.
Love his music.
He's come to Tulsa and Oklahoma several times, but I haven't been able to go.
Better get your mom on getting you a ticket for that.
Yes.
Same for you.
I think I'd go see George Strait again. That was a really good concert.
I bet.
Just old country music. You know,
Love that
what I
kind of
grew up on.
Amanda, I'm gonna let you come up with the last one. Let's see what you can come up with.
I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I really want to go see Taylor Swift.
Well, yeah, and
love her
I
music.
literally spent a whole day trying to get tickets for.
Okay, good. So I'm not the only one.
Yeah, I had 3 devices going, and then I did the whole pre-sale and everything, and no luck. So we'll see. But yeah, Taylor Swift needs to do something about her
Yes.
ticket process.
Yes, she does.
They did not handle that well. All right, so we're going to wrap things up. We'd like to thank you guys for watching Uncaged or listening, and we will see you next time.
Good luck at Nationals.
Yes, that for sure.